Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for coming back and welcome if you're new to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to replace a hose bib. First things first though, let's take a look at what we're working with. So in this image right here, we're looking at a leaky hose bib. The valve that stems into the copper line there is actually leaking because it burst in the winter. Somebody left their hose on the hose bib, causing it to burst. So a pro tip on that, always remove your hose in the winter time if you live in a colder climate, because it will likely burst and you'll need to do this project. All right, now let's open up Home Depot's app and take a look at all of the products we're going to need to take care of this project. As a note, we are not currently sponsored by the Home Depot, but in my opinion, Home Depot is the best way to go. All right, so our parts, we have a 3/4 by half T, 2 couplings, some wall mount screws and anchors, copper pipe, we've got our anti-siphon freezeless valve, and just a little bit more copper. A fairly inexpensive project all in all. When you think about having to hire a plumber, this is only $70 doing it yourself. Hiring a plumber, you're going to be several $100s, especially if it's after hours. All right, now it's time to get to work. So we're going to cut this old piece out. We're going to cut above the T, below the T, and on the piece that leads outside. Then we're going to go ahead and pull that out and toss it out. Now what we're going to do is drill a couple of holes for our anchors and our screws. Then we're going to go ahead and put the hose bib over that, drill our screws into our anchors, and then we're going to go back inside. All right, now that we're back inside, we got two things we're going to do. Number one is we're going to check for this PRV, pressure regulating valve. If you have it, we're going to pull that loose with one of those nuts so we can drain some of the water out. Then we can also go to like our bathtub and turn that on so we can drain pressure and water out of that as well. Another thing I like to do is take a piece of PEX pipe and attach my vacuum just so I can try and suck out any additional water. If we have water in the line, we won't solder properly or seal, and then we'll have to likely start over this whole process, so this will just save us time in the future. Now we're going to take some sand cloth and we're going to clean all the areas where our fittings are going to go. So you can see that top piece of pipe there has a nice ring of sand cloth, so all our fittings will slide on there nice and easy and solder really easy. Next thing to do is cut our first piece of pipe, which is 1/2 inch. It'll just go from the hose bib to our T, as you can see here. Now we're going to want to cut our final 2 pieces of copper, one to go from our lower coupling to our T, and then our top of our T to our upper coupling. Now go ahead and connect your lower coupling piece of copper to your bottom of your T, and then you're going to move to the next one, your top of your T to your upper coupling. So here's what it looks like. Now it's time for some fun. I'm going to show you how to solder. Right here, you're going to go ahead and heat up the fittings with your torch. I like to start at the bottom and work my way up. Something worth mentioning here is that little brush you see me wiping the pipes down with is a flux brush. I always do that during soldering, and also you want to wipe all your fittings with that flux. Helps them slide on the pipe, helps while you're soldering. So make sure and use flux before you solder and while you solder. Another thing you want to do too is cool down the pipe, so get a wet rag and wipe that when you're all done. All right, now it's time to turn on the water and check for any leaks. Okay, right here you're seeing my helper run outside. We actually left the hose bib open. You can hear that water rushing. So I had him run outside, shut that off. Okay, now we're just going through the house, turning off all the open valves and faucets that we had turned on to drain all that pressure and water out of the system. this is just one last inspection, checking for any possible leaks. Alright, so now you're done. Just stand back and admire your hard work. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on here, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram, Road to Renaissance Man. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and feel free to subscribe so you can be notified the next time that I post another video. That being said, thanks for watching and see you next time.